I would say what I love most about being married is just the simple fact that at the end of the day, no matter how terrible, how bad your day is, you've got someone to go home to that loves you, that you love, that, is just there for you. You don't ever have to worry about that person not being there. Y'all, this bump on my face, man, I am not feeling it. Look at that one. What's up, Williams family? Thank y'all so much for tuning back into our channel. If you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe, like, comment on all these videos. Let us know what other videos you guys want to see. It really helps us out. But anyways, today I'm going to be doing a husband view of marriage at 19. Being married at 19 it's different, It's interesting. It's really cool. You get to do all these things that you see on TV growing up. You get to have your own place, and then you guys get things in your names. You get a greater responsibility, really. It's interesting when you go out to places with your spouse, and then they're kind of like, oh, are you guys like related? Are you guys like friends? Or whatever they'll say whatever they want to say, and then you're like, no, we're married. And then they kind of look at you a little weird. They're like, oh, married, or you're too young to be married, or something like that. A lot of people will try to criticize you guys. Talaiah and I kind of got a lot of criticism before we were even married. Like, just when we got engaged, it kind of discouraged us a little bit for like a couple of days, and then we got over it. We were like, you know what, at the end of the day, it's our life, it's us who's gonna be in this marriage, who's gonna be living this life. And that's kind of how you really have to look at it. No matter how old you are or who you're with, it's your life at the end of the day, and you really gotta just go with it. The biggest thing in a marriage is communication. You really gotta communicate with your spouse, because if you don't, they don't know what you got going on. It could be something as big as, you found something in their phone and you need to talk to them about it. Communicate with them. Don't try and sugarcoat or try and get them to figure it out on their own or anything like that. Just be very straightforward when it comes to communication. Or if it's just something as little as like, hey, can we talk about, dinner plans, because even something as simple as that can get blown out of proportion. You could just be simply, trying to ask where you guys are going to go for dinner, but you don't say it in a way that's direct, so they don't know what you're talking about, and then you get frustrated because they're not understanding what you're asking, but then they're like, why didn't you just ask, So you'll have little things like that in a marriage. What else? There's a lot. It's great, really, don't get me wrong. I love being married. Talaiah is a great wife. She really is, I'd have to say that it definitely takes teamwork. Y'all have to work together as a team, or else nothing gets done. If you or your partner is battling the weight more, it messes everything up. You guys really gotta work together, communicate. If you guys do that, you'll have a great marriage, really. I would say what I love most about being married is just the simple fact that at the end of the day, no matter how terrible, how bad your day is, you've got someone to go home to that loves you, that you love, that, is just there for you. You don't ever have to worry about that person not being there. I have plenty of days, long 14-hour days, where I'm just like, wow, like this really sucks. But then I remind myself, at the end of that day, I'm going home to her. And then I'm like, hey, this ain't that bad. It's really not that bad. So always remember that. No matter how bad things get, at the end of the day, there's someone who loves you and is always going to be there for you and really, truly wants the best for you. What I love most about Talaiah is everything, really. Now, she has some problems communicating sometimes. It's okay. It's all right. We can work through that. But everything else about that girl, let me tell y'all. I don't want to put her stuff out there. That's for her to tell on her own time if she chooses to. But Talaiah has gone through some pretty traumatic stuff, you know what I'm saying? And through all of those things, she's persevered, she's stayed strong, she's made it through, and she's came out a really strong woman. And I really admire her for that, And she's just a beautiful person. She may come off a little mean when you first meet her, but she truly does have everyone's best intentions in mind. I don't know if you guys saw our Q&A, but one of the things about her that she claimed is that when other people are feeling emotions or they're going through something, she feels for them. And I've seen it multiple times firsthand. She really does feel for them, And I try and tell her, like, you can't always do that. Like, it's okay to feel empathy and sympathy, but you can't feel the hurt for that person, because then that's putting yourself through pain and things like that. But she really is a great person. I'm very, very lucky to have married her. Some tips that I would give to anybody who's either newly married or engaged or just boyfriend and girlfriend, or maybe you're already married and you just want some advice. First off, I've only been married 7 months, 8 months. So this is all still kind of new to me, but Talaiah and I have gone through a lot in our 8 months of marriage that maybe some other people don't go through. So we've experienced some things that have given us some insight that we want to share with our family, obviously. So from my perspective, from a male perspective, some tips that I would really suggest is obviously the communication thing, obviously the teamwork thing, but then also, from what I've learned, just listen, Either if you're a female, if you're a male, whatever you identify as, just listen to your partner when they're talking to you, because you don't always have to respond. Sometimes they really just want somebody to listen to them and just be there for them. And I learned that the hard way, because I always felt like, oh, I'm your husband, I need to fix things. Like, you're feeling this way, I need to fix it. No, I'm not Dr. Fixer-Upper or whatever. That's not your job all the time as a spouse, maybe sometimes, but really your job is to just be there for them and give them a shoulder to cry on, rub their back when they need a back rub their feet, talk to them, let them just be themselves, So that definitely, understand that sometimes you just gotta sit there and you just gotta listen. As bad as you want to give input, and I'm really bad because I always have something to say, and it really irritates Talaiah because she's always like, you always have something to say, why can't you just listen? And I used to be like, aren't you talking to me to get a response? But the answer is no. She was just talking to me to talk, and she just wanted someone to listen. So definitely that. This concrete is hot as hell, so I'm gonna sit in the water. Oh, okay. Whew. Definitely that. Definitely just listen. This feels so much better. Another tip that I would give you guys is, when you guys are arguing, because you will argue, just talk. Don't get super routed up, or you're gonna feel like the other person's not listening to you, so then you're gonna want to talk louder, because usually when people don't listen, you talk louder. Don't do that. Just, if they cut you off, that's okay. Let them say what they need to say. Then once they're done, just be like, hey, can you please just let me say my part, and then I will let you say your part. That's fair. And then just continue with what you're saying. Being calm in an argument may upset your partner, but at the end of the day, I think that they will realize that that's way more effective than both of you guys yelling at each other, chewing each other's heads off, because that gets nowhere. So even if you're the only one being calm, just remain calm. Just be like, hey, look, I really don't want to argue with you. I understand your frustration, and I want to make this better, but I do feel like the best way to make this better is by just talking. Definitely remain calm in arguments. Another tip, compromise. You gotta compromise in everything, because y'all are two different human beings. Y'all got two different minds, two different ways of thinking, two different bodies, everything. So you're not always gonna agree on everything, and that's okay. Don't think like, oh my God, this person does not agree with anything that I say. This isn't the person for me. No, don't do that. Just know that y'all gotta compromise. She wants to go, like Talaiah. All right, look, Talaiah, for instance, okay. She may want to go to freaking Chick-fil-A for dinner, and we just had Chick-fil-A 5 nights in a row. I'm not really feeling Chick-fil-A, but Chick-fil-A in our area, there's a bug. Chick-fil-A in our area is across the street from In-N-Out. Compromise. I can dig In-N-Out, bro. This bug is really bugging. So just be like, yo, all right, babe, look, you want your Chick-fil-A for the 6th night in a row? Cool. I'll give that to you. But as for me, is it cool after we get your Chick-fil-A, I'ma just head over to In-N-Out, get me a burger, then we could just head home, cuddle up, watch a movie. Is that cool? Compromise. It helps. Because if y'all spend 20, 30 minutes arguing over where you're gonna go to eat, you get nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, family, all in all, being married really is a blessing. I've wanted to be married since I was a little kid. I've always imagined the type of husband that I wanted to be, the type of family that I wanted to have, and the type of children that I wanted to raise. And God has truly blessed me to be able to do all of those things. So being married at 19 for me is great. Despite some of the criticism that we may get, even now that we're, older and we've been married a little bit longer, it really is a great thing just as long as you do it right. I know y'all didn't really ask for tips, but I gave y'all little tips just because I don't want you to feel like, marriage just is gonna be like all peaches and cream. Like Talaiah always says that I think that everything's gonna be peaches and cream, which I don't. I'm just very optimistic. I like to think, that not every negative situation is going to be negative. So, of course, a marriage is not always going to be peaches and cream. Talaiah and I are not always 100% perfect, but the tips that I gave are the things that I've done in my marriage to really help us become stronger, grow as people, grow our marriage, and really get to where we are right now. So I hope that you guys got something out of this. If you did, please give this a thumbs up and comment. Let us know what you liked, what you didn't like, some things that you would like to see on this channel. We're constantly working to try and get some content up to you guys to really get this channel going. So definitely message us on Instagram, message us on Facebook, comment on YouTube, whatever you got to do to just give us your input, because really this is all about you guys. We created this channel because we want to grow with you guys. We want to build a family. We're not trying to build an audience. We're really trying to build a family, and that's all of you. So thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for watching this video all the way through. It really does mean a lot to me. I'll see you guys on the next vlog. Be on the lookout for Talaiah's vlog on being married at 19. Make sure that you guys keep loving, you stay faithful, and be happy. See y'all next time. Bothering you, they don't know, disturbing you. Oh my God. Jesus. Chick-fil-A in our area, there was a bug. Bro, this bug is really bugging.